Murphy. Dan Weldon off of corner number 4 on to the front stretch. Here's lap number 3 completed. A white flag comes out. Third lap, 224.314.
So what we're seeing there in his lap times of 1 to 3, just a little bit of that fall off. That's that more that normal spread from lap 1 to 3.
Ooh, look out!
Talk about free. He was free there.
I was looking at the numbers. You guys were watching the car, so I just talked numbers.
Is that why you jumped?
He jumped because I went. Woo. Anytime you shift over from the black part of the race start.
Yeah,
of course, to that light gray, it gets hairy.
Checkered flag for Dan Weldon. Fourth lap, 223.831. The average is 224.464. So he is P11. Here's Weldon. Awfully close to the wall on several of his laps there.
That's no big deal. That's no big deal.
That was slow motion.
Right. Stay with us for more qualifying on pole day at Indianapolis here on Versus. Partly cloudy skies, even sunshine over the track today. Tomorrow we will have more qualifying. It's bump day. Our coverage begins at noon until 6:30. Then on carb day next Friday, the Freedom 100 final practice, the pit stop competition. It all begins at 11 o'clock. And our post-race show is at about 4:30 next Sunday afternoon after the 500-mile race has been concluded. We have a really good run going for Ed Carpenter. First lap 225.3, second lap 225.5.
Ed was pretty happy. Again, you know, he's a guy that hasn't been in the car all year. I said, what's it like? Do you feel rusty? He said after that third time by, nope. You just get right back with it.
Fuzzy's vodka on the side of that car. That is a product from another native Hoosier, Fuzzy Zeller from New Albany, Indiana. Third lap complete for Ed. It's 225.445. So again, very consistent.
Yeah, maintaining a really good speed. I mean, we saw his team car go out right before him with Weldon, and he dropped down slower every lap all throughout all four. So maybe it's just a little different balance that Eddie's starting with, or just how he's adjusting what he's got in the car with bars or jacker to maintain some great speed.
That is a team car. It is his car that he brought with him from Vision. So it's a car he's familiar with, but as you said, from the Panther stable. Yeah. And he's significantly quicker than Weldon from the same camp. Nice run.
Fantastic.
224.343, down considerably on lap number 4, but it's a good average of 225.166, and he is P8 at the moment. He is in the Fast 9. A lot of cars yet to qualify, including Danica Patrick. Ryan Briscoe will qualify a little bit later. Danica Patrick is coming up very shortly. Come back with us for more qualifying at Indy. The drama, the excitement, the emotion of pole day at Indianapolis. We are well underway. We've had a little over an hour and a half of qualifying, and it's been solid action since the drop of the green flag for the first qualifier. On the track now is Justin Wilson, who is seeking his third start in a 500. Last year, his first qualifying run on pole day was disallowed due to unapproved ballast. He was driving at that time for Dale Coyne Racing. This year is a Dreyer and Reinbold chauffeur. And his first lap was 224.8, and he picked it up on the second lap to over 225. His third lap
should be better.
Yeah, 225.134. Tracker says ninth.
We like that direction. You know, again, we talk about how this track can play mind games with you. Yesterday, they had a clip come off on the engine cover, underneath the engine cover, shoves the air down into the motor. Well, a clip had come off, and the air was blowing through there. And they went through 4 runs, and they said, just something's happening. But they wasted 4 runs.
It's clipped now. This one should be quicker yet. 225.2 now slipping to a 225.1. That'd be a nice finish.
It's 225.183. And the average is 225.050, and that puts him at P9. Just where he wants to be. Well, certainly better than that, but he is in the top 9 at the moment. But again, we've got a lot of qualifiers to go, including Danica Patrick, Ryan Briscoe, and Tony Kanaan yet to qualify. Robbie?
I'm with Dario Franchitti, and Dario, what a difference a day makes. How was it in the car today compared to yesterday?
Yeah, this morning was quicker. We made some changes to the target car overnight, and it was definitely better. So we're pretty happy with that. When it got warmer, we actually slowed down a bit from this morning. So we might go back out and have another go at it.
But you have to be pleased. I mean, it's warmer. Speed should be going down, and you're turning fast times.
Oh, yeah, we're a lot happier than we were yesterday, put it that way. But there's still a little work to do. We're heading out there. We're trying to get the pole, and we'll see if we've got the speed for it or not.
Lenny Thaxton, Dario's happy, Chip's happy, and they know that they're going to make it into that 9 shootout. Anything could happen there.
Well, we saw Dan Weldon get pretty high up there on the track, almost touching that wall maybe. Talk about the handling issues out there for you.
It was just, we obviously had a very quick morning practice session, and there was still a slight imbalance that we needed to fix, and we just didn't quite fix it. I think the weather conditions might have played a little bit of a factor, but you know, nonetheless, I think you know, certainly all the National Guard Panther Racing boys, I think we know what we're capable of. I think we'll kind of go back, put the car on the pad, and then potentially go back out. Obviously, that's the boss's call, but you know, certainly the car has been quick all month, and just excited to be back in Indianapolis. Obviously not in the position that I'd like to be in, but there's still a lot of track time left.
Thank you, Dan. And Danica Patrick has taken the green.
The only woman to lead the Indianapolis 500. Best finish came last year in 3rd position. Jack?
But they have struggled ever since they brought this GoDaddy.com car to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. I talked to Ziggy Hargis, who works on the crew, and said, how can the car be so bad compared to some of the other cars? He said, that's what's got us really confounded. So what they did yesterday, they went back through their notes, not from this year, not from last year, but from the year before. And Danica and Eddie Jones and the team started putting together a comfort zone for Danica Patrick and said, we'll build from that. She got a little quicker yesterday. Let's see how she does in qualifying.
224.873 is the first lap.
Remember, she had said if they didn't make a change, she'd go back and cry herself to sleep. We got that quote from her yesterday saying it was an improvement. And what she didn't like was that it didn't have stability at the rear. And each driver has a different comfort level of what they like for the rear. Robbie, you mentioned, we just heard from Dan Weldon. He happens to be a guy that doesn't need much comfort. There are other people that want a lot solid feeling rear end. Not that one's faster than the other, it's just driver preference.
And usually when an engineer looks into the eyes of the driver, what he always wants to hear from theirs, he wants the rear of that car to be solid. Usually that's the main thing. If that's solid, then they can keep tuning anything else on the race car. But it's when that rear starts moving around, it's like, oh boy, just takes away your ability to drive it hard into the corner.
224.655 was the second lap for Danica Patrick, a little bit slower than lap number 1.
But again, if she can maintain this pace, I think this is a really good, solid pace to make sure you're in that top 24. So when it comes to tomorrow, she can focus on race setup.
A little bit slower on lap number 3, 223.920. Danica Patrick from Roscoe, Illinois. 28 years of age. Sets the car into turn number 3. She resides in Phoenix, Arizona now. Calls Roscoe, however, the home, and here she is in turn number 4 onto the front stretch, and Danica Patrick is about to take the checkered flag. Let's see what lap number 4 is, and the tracker says 15th. It is 223.428, average 224.210. 217, and she is 15th, P15.